If you really want to wear this fragrance, don't listen to nobody. Wear your fragrance, girl, and wear it good. What's up, my cherry bombs? On today's video, I'm going to be sharing my top 10 fragrances for a bride. If you're getting married in 2023, these are some fragrances that I would wear if I had to get married. Now, this is the designer list, so, and if that sounds like something that you're definitely interested in, go ahead and grab a seat, grab a drink, and let's get right into this video. Your wedding day is a day that you will never forget. It's one of the biggest days in any little girl's life. And honestly, during my wedding process, I realized that men look forward to it as well. My husband was so excited. He was counting down days, and I didn't realize how special it was for men too. So with a special day like this, you should have a special fragrance that's going to always remind you of that special, beautiful time of your life. Okay, so let's go ahead and get right into this list. So I got married May 6, 2021, and let me just tell you guys, it was a long time coming, but it was probably the most magical day of my life. I wouldn't change anything. The only thing that I would have changed or added was my father. That's the only thing, but my godfather walked me down the aisle, and I wanted that day to be special. Of course, it was going to be special because I was going to get married to the love of my life, but also I wanted a fragrance that was going to remind me of that day. And this fragrance that I wore on my wedding day is a fragrance that I smelled. I didn't even know he was going to be my husband, but when I first smelled this fragrance, and I still got that same picture that I took of the fragrance so that way I can go buy it for my wedding day, I said this was going to be it. Fast forward to 2021, I've had several hundred of fragrances that came into my collection and left, and honestly, you guys, still the fragrance that I wanted to wear on my wedding day. And it's from Tom Ford Orchid Soleil. Now, what I really like about this fragrance is the fact that the moment I smelled it, I said, this is how I want to be on my wedding day. This is how I want to smell. It has pink pepper, it has vanilla, it has whipped cream, it has a lot of florals, and it's just super sexy, super timeless. When I wore this on my wedding day, my friends, family just could not get enough of me. My friend Jay Holloway, he was at my wedding as well. He said that I smelled amazing and this pulled off sweet on my skin. It is a slightly sweet, but it's a more floral heavy style of fragrance. It is very timeless and sexy. This is what I wore on my wedding day, and I don't regret it, even though I have a lot of other wedding fragrances that could have competed, but this one still made the cut, and I love it. So you want to have a fragrance that's gonna always be your favorite and remind you of that specific day. And it could be the cheapest fragrance, it could be the most expensive fragrance. I didn't have no one to help me with that. I didn't know about fragrances on YouTube at the time. I just was blessed, you know, at the moment, and I found my wedding day fragrance before I even planned a wedding, before I even got engaged. And I know how hard it is because you guys are always asking me, what do I wear for my wedding day? So that's why I'm making these two videos, and I'm gonna put it in a playlist for you guys. First fragrance is super simple, it's super classy, and I think it's so pretty. Be Though by Lancome. Now, this is a fragrance that I feel like is the prettiest rose fragrance that is perfect for beginners. This is a fragrance for that dainty, beautiful lady. If you want to smell very fruity, fresh, and floral, but not too much of each one of those categories, Lancome Be Though is perfect. When you put this on your skin, it smells fresh. It smells super feminine. It smells amazing. I can see a bride wearing this. And the type of bride I see wearing this is a bride that doesn't care about the jewelry, the bride that is very minimalistic, timeless, and classy. That's kind of traditional. She'll probably have a little thing here or there that's a little different, but like more so traditional, that just want to have everything super classy, that wants to have everything like timeless, where if you look back at the wedding 10 years, 20 years, even 30 years from now, you'll be like, damn, that wedding never went out of style. You know, this is that. This is beautiful. It's super long lasting. It is one of those fragrances that's not too offensive, but it will leave a beautiful trail when you're walking down that aisle. It's amazing, and I think it's perfect for a bride. Now, this next one is for my brides that likes sweet, creamy fragrances. Now, a lot of people that probably make these videos, you probably won't see this on their list. And the reason why I picked this one is because if you're that bride that likes that fruity, creamy, sweet fragrance, why can't you wear it on your wedding day? You don't have to wear florals all the time. Okay, this is why I'm making this list, so that way you guys know that it's okay to step outside of the floral box. You don't have to wear floral if you don't want to. It's all about what you want. If you like sweet, creamy, fruity fragrances, almost like tonic, this is perfect. Burberry Hair Elixir. Now, you guys already know I love Burberry Hair Intense, but it is discontinued. When I smelled this, I instantly smelled sweet, sexy date night fragrance, you know, in the spring, summertime. But then the other day, I put this on my arm and I'm like, man, I could definitely see a bride wearing this. It's definitely not going to be one that everybody's going to wear. Let's just say that. The Elixir is not one people will probably pull for, especially now because it's super new. So yeah, I like it. It's creamy, it's fruity, and it's perfect for a bride. Honestly, you guys, after you do your long routine and you top it off with this, I think this is timeless. It is beautiful, and it's one of those fragrances that will look good in pictures as well. Let's say your colors are blush or pink and stuff like that. It will look beautiful in your pictures. I think this is perfect for a bride, especially if we got a bride that likes her creamy, sweet, fruity fragrances. This is perfect. Now, this next one is for the bride that's kind of like me. On my wedding day, I wanted something super sophisticated. I wanted something super classy, elegant, but also something that's gonna stand out. So when it came to my fragrance, of course, you guys know I wore this, and I know nobody in the crowd was gonna have this. Obviously, because I know all my friends, one, but I know like the chances of any, let's start that again. I know the chances of anyone having this fragrance in their collection, or at least picking it to wear for the wedding day, was super slim, okay? So that's why I feel like this next one is perfect for you. And it's time for Soleil Breon. But this one is more like a spicy pink pepper summery fragrance. It is definitely giving off wedding by the beach or wedding by a lake. It is definitely giving off super elegant, super classy, and super sophisticated. Like, you walking down the aisle, you smell like this, girl, I'm gonna clap extra hard for you, okay? Because I'm like, dang, she look good and she smell good, period. This is definitely one that you can get. I mean, it's also pricey, but like a lot of people like to splurge on their wedding day fragrance. Like I know I did, you know, at the time this was a splurge, okay? But this is kind of pricey, but you can find it at the cosmetic store. You can find it on discounters such as Shoma Shop. So, you know, I will always link it for you guys, but this is beautiful, you guys. This is a gorgeous, timeless fragrance. Honestly, anything from the Soleil line from Tom Ford is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful wedding day scent. Tom Ford knows how to blend his pink peppers and his summery scents. Now, his heavier scents, there's some good ones out there, but the Soleil line is probably like the best line that he has in his whole entire fragrance wardrobe. And I think this is perfect for a bride. Now we're gonna take it back to something super, super classy and elegant, and it will never fail. It's from Chanel, Coco Mademoiselle Intense. Girl, honestly, you guys, I know we're trying to stand out, and I know we're trying to, you know, smell different from everybody else, but baby, there is no bride out there like a Coco Mademoiselle bride. I've been to several weddings where the bride is wearing the Intense or the original, and sometimes they mix it and it just works every single time. It don't matter. Any bride that I see, it just works. Every single time I go to a wedding and I smell this on the bride, I'm like, you doing your big one, because it smells good. Even though it's a very common fragrance, but it sets the mood. It sets the stage. It looks good in pictures. It smells amazing. And your husband will be really happy, especially if he likes those type of scent profiles. Now, if you are a bride that really wants the Coco Mademoiselle, I would say get you a vanilla fragrance as well. Spray this down all over you and then top it off with that vanilla fragrance just so you can stand out, because there is a chance that people will come to your wedding wearing Coco Mademoiselle. Even though they know that that's basically like a wedding day scent, they will try to come and steal the shine. Girl, don't worry, just layer it and that's it, okay? But if you really want to wear this fragrance, don't listen to nobody. Wear your fragrance, girl, and wear it good. Now, another classy Chanel fragrance that I think that is perfect for a wedding day. If I had to choose between the two, I would pick this one because it is not as common as Coco Mademoiselle. It's Chanel Chance EDP. This is beautiful. This is the fragrance that I wore whenever me and my husband was looking for a venue, was paying off any vendors. We were looking for vendors or doing tastings and food tasting, anything that we were doing. This is the fragrance that I wore because I wanted it to remind me of the journey throughout our wedding time. This fragrance really reminds me of that time and place. And you want a fragrance that's gonna, every single time you look at the bottle or every time you smell it on somebody, be like, wow, that's what I wore during this stage of my wedding planning, or this is what I wore on my wedding day. This is a perfect fragrance for the wedding day. It is a popular fragrance, but it's not one that people would gravitate towards. Between this one and the Coco Mademoiselle, they'll always get the Coco Mademoiselle because it's a little bit more crowd pleasing. This is a little bit more challenging, but baby, you wear this on your wedding day, you will stand out. Now, this is for the girls that like a good tuberose fragrance. I am not a big fan of tuberose, but there are some fragrances that are exceptions, and this is definitely one of them. This is a beautiful bubblegummy tuberose. It is timeless, it's classy, and I don't know if y'all noticed that, but I'm a timeless, classy type of girl. I love elegant, timeless, classy things, and you know, like this fragrance is definitely giving that. It's one of the oldest fragrances in this list, of course, with Coco Mademoiselle, but there's a reason why it's so old and it's still being sold. It's Givenchy EDP, and this is the original. Of course, I had a limited edition bottle, so that's why it looks like that, but it's the original. So pretty. Oh my gosh. Like, this is made for the bride, okay? I feel like when they was making this fragrance, they thought of brides, okay? They thought of how a woman should smell like. And I'm not saying that a woman should smell like this and put you guys in a box. No, but like, this is the definition of femininity, okay? Every single time I smell it, I'm like, dang, that's a boss woman. That's an elegant woman. That's a dainty woman. That's a sexy woman. It just gives off all of those vibes. And if you're trying to be elegant and sexy, all of that for your husband, your soon-to-be husband at least, this is amazing. And I think that every girl should have this in their collection, especially if you're a soon-to-be bride. Obviously, please smell these before you buy, because I don't want you to just blind buy it and you don't like it and then you come after me and say, Abby, you lied about this fragrance. No, sample it first. But this one is amazing. Now, this next one is for the girl that likes the perfect mix between a floral and a juicy, fruity fragrance. This one is amazing. I love this one. I think it is the perfect wedding day scent. I've worn it to weddings for sure, and I've gotten several compliments. Mugler's Angel Nova. You guys, Nova is beautiful. It's a sparkling champagne rose with some lychee. That's exactly how I can describe it. It is long lasting, it's fruity, but it also have that beautiful rose. If you're trying to smell beautiful but also fun and just energetic and just super pretty and so edgy, like, I love that. I love that. This is the perfect fragrance for that girl, okay? This is one that will last long. It will get you the compliments, and honestly, you will stand out because, like I said, most of the girls will be wearing La Vie Belle, Miss Dior, and stuff like that. That's why those are not on this list. I want you guys to stand out. This one's perfect. This is for the girl that's very simple, very bubbly, and that's not into fragrances like that, but wants something that's gonna remind her of the day. My Way by Giorgio Armani. If you are not into fragrances, but you wanna have a fragrance that's gonna remind you of the day and that's gonna make you stand out and that's gonna have you smelling pretty, because believe it or not, there's some women that don't wear fragrances, not because they don't know about it, just because they don't want to, you know? This is perfect though. It's a beautiful bubblegummy tuberose fragrance with a little bit of sweetness in it. It's not too much. It's an entry-level fragrance for me for sure, but I think that it is timeless and it's elegant and classy. If you're trying to give off those vibes and you're new to fragrances, this is perfect. I think that everyone should have this in their collection, especially if you're that type of bride that's very minimalistic. Now, this next one is for the bride that likes a green fragrance with a tad bit of sweetness. Now, this next one is for that bride that's bold, sexy, timeless, elegant, and sophisticated. If I was gonna get married again, this is another one that I would have definitely wore out of this entire list. This is one that I think that is super pretty and it works in all situations. It works in all weather. This is amazing. Crystal Noir by Versace. The scent alone is definitely giving off sexy, sophisticated, classy. And if that's the vibes that you're trying to get on your wedding day, then this is perfect. It is so long lasting. When you put it on your skin, you're gonna get the compliments. You're gonna be smelled going down the aisle. Like, people will smell you. And that's the vibes that we want. We want the bride to stand out. I don't want to be in the dance floor and all I smell is everybody else but the bride. I want the bride to make me choke, okay? I want you to know that I'm the bride. If you want to bend the rules, if you're that edgy, sophisticated bride, this is it. I don't know what else to say about this because you guys already know. It's a beautiful ginger and coconut fragrance that I feel like is out of this world. And this next fragrance is another one with, if you like rose, if you like those sweet, almost like syrupy rose and lychee fragrances, this is it. And the name fits it. Very good, girl. Imagine yourself in your robe and then you pick this one up and you're spraying it on you. You have nice pictures. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. And I feel like this is so sexy. Like, a lot of people are not gonna wear this. It does have that good girl DNA, but honestly, if I had to pick between good girl and this one, I'll get the very good girl. because it's sexy, it's long lasting, and if you like that rosy, almost powdery type of vibe, this one is perfect. What did you wear on your wedding day? Did you wear a designer fragrance? If you were getting married, or if you're going to get married, would you wear anything from this list? If you found value in this video, go ahead and hit it up with that like button so that way YouTube knows that your girl is doing something good on here. If this is your first time on here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, girl. You know you want to. The cherry bombs are lit, okay? Thank you so much for joining me here yet again. I'll have everything linked in the description box below. Until we see each other again, please, please, please stay safe and keep on smelling fragrances. Bye.